I had no idea what I was going to do. My advisor was very, he didn't think I should go to law school, for one thing. He said, you're taking up a space a man needs to earn a living, and you're attractive, and obviously you're going to get married and have kids and all that stuff. And I said, well, what if I don't and I need a job?
When I was a young trial lawyer, I always heard the rule that if you're going to be a judge, the greatest position in the world is to be a federal trial judge.
Do you remember that, counselor? I mean, do you have any mental image of?
Sure I do.
And
I've always thought, you know, if he could see me now. I've always thought that, yeah.
Sure, I was born here in Seattle, May 24, 1922.
I was born the day of the crash,
so that was what day?
October 24th, 1929. Daddy was building boats, trying to get a boat building business going down in Leshai. Then as things developed, that didn't work out.
I'm told at St. Joseph's, we'll have photographs taken. Please wear your suit coat or a sport coat. I didn't have one. I didn't tell my mother or father. I didn't want them to be embarrassed. So I did not have my picture taken. I intentionally stayed away and did not tell my parents. After having taken the bar exam and passed the bar exam, I was working down on the waterfront, labeling salmon, canned salmon, making good money. That's McGovern, that's McGovern, that's McGovern. They would come down in cases of 48. You'd have to break open those cases, put them on a machine, run them through, and the labels would get on there. They'd come down, and you'd have to put them in a box, and that machine is going full speed.
When I got my first job in the, as a district court judge in King County, a couple of the women were shocked that I was making $11,000 a year. That was more than their husbands were making. And that shocked them. A couple of them told me that right out. You know, they weren't saying, are you worth $11,000 a year, but how come? And I said, well, you go to school for 12 or 15 years and you can learn $11,000 a year. So we got a first-class courthouse. And since that time, that has been the standard. Government Service Administration has let the judges decide what kind of a courthouse they wanted and how it was going to be built and by whom. We had an art commission, and we first picked the artists.
Michael had always said that Judge Dimmick was one of his biggest champions and really helped him kind of catapult his career. And right before he left the courthouse for the very last time, he said, I think I can now finally consider myself to be an artist. That was in part because of Judge Dimmick's championing for him and really advocating and getting people to see and understand his vision.
Well, they were anti-Jewish, so we had one judge who was that, a great judge. We had another one whose son was something of the belief of the members of the order. And we had a third one who had 2 young children. And then there was Jack Tanner, Judge Tanner, down in Tacoma. And so I simply told the clerk of our court, make sure the case falls to me. I've never told anyone that. Love the job, love the disposition, love having good trial lawyers in front of you and great jurors.
I'd like to be known as a fair judge, giving everybody their day in court, and happy at the end of the trial whether they win or lose, because they've been treated well. I think that's I imagine what every judge would tell you.